Bitcoin is at all-time highs once again, trading above $70,000. We're at 70,400 or 500 now, as you can see, breaking out right now live on the stream. And on today's show, we're going to go over some upside targets that I have for Bitcoin. We're also going to go over what this means for the altcoin market. How explosive could this move get? Because we are well on our way into phase 4 of a parabolic move. So there's a whole lot to cover. Without further ado, smash the like button, hit the bell notification, and subscribe to the channel. The craziest thing about all of this, whilst Bitcoin is trading at these current levels, is the fear and greed index is only at an 82. Now, I would expect that this would be a whole lot higher once you start to break those all-time highs. And yes, although a lot of the, let's call it the less sticky retail participants have returned, it's not as much as you would expect, right? We are not yet at those extreme levels that we've previously seen. And if anything, the most crazy part of all of this is right now on X or Twitter, whatever it is you want to call it, people are calling for a major top and reversal from current levels. And if you know anything about trading, anytime that you're consolidating in all-time highs, it's indicative that you're going to break out to extreme levels. And we identified this last week based on the candle that we had over here. We said that, well, if price breaks below our pink box, which was at $59,000, then that's where we become short-term bearish, looking for a shorter-term pullback. Otherwise, anything that comes into the zone over here, which was the wick that we got into that $59,000 level, would result in an upside breakout and continuation higher. And now there it is. You're officially crossing over those all-time highs. And this is where the mega short squeeze begin to take place and price starts to rally pretty aggressively. But the question is, will your beloved altcoins follow? That's the question. Will the beloved altcoins follow? So we'll cover that on today's show. If we look over here on the hourly, pretty much every single coin is up except for Pulse. We'll cover that as well. What's happening over there with the 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 ecosystem coins. That's part of today's show. Render slightly back. We got WIF up 3% over there. So that's looking pretty good. If you look at the daily over here, the big movers, 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, we did call that. It dropped it as well on Twitter. We got Floki up. 𝗕𝗓, that's one of our long trades that we're in right now. 𝗕𝗓 up tremendously as one of our trades. Let's actually go and have a look at how 𝗕𝗓 is doing. Let's see. 𝗕𝗓, where are you? Here we have it. 𝗕𝗓, we up $18,000. That's 3,109% on this 𝗕𝗓 trade. So looking absolutely phenomenal. We'll go over all the different trades that we have open, which ones are in the red, which ones are in the green, and if there are any new ones to take. We'll do that all on today's show. Now, if you look at this chart over here, you can see once Bitcoin starts to cross those all-time highs, which you can see indicative of that 0.5 level over here, that's where things start to go absolutely parabolic compared to what's happening on the MACD chart below as well. You see a very, very similar pattern. Look at that. Just crossing above that 0.5 level. You have the RSI as well, which I'll bring up in just a moment, which crossed above the 73 mark. And that's usually where you start to see Bitcoin double in a number of days to weeks, in approximately 3 weeks. So indicative of that parabolic phase, which could have potential upside targets of up to $170,000. But you know that we're not too concerned about the actual price target, but more the timing target of when we should look to exit. Whatever the market gives us, we'll take and we'll exit timing wise based on where that top of the market will be. So Bitcoin halving countdown, 35 days to go, and then that mining reward gets divided in two, thus making it even harder to get Bitcoin from that moment onwards. You can see currently, if you look over here at the different blocks, there it is, every 4 years. So the blocks change, right? We're currently on 6.25 Bitcoin blocks for every 10 minutes that Bitcoin is mined. And then that's going to drop down to 3.125. So very, very significant. You also have another fundamental catalyst, which is the Ethereum Denken upgrade, which nobody seems to be talking about. That happens in 3 days. ETH beta coins have been underperforming massively. The expectation as well that everything ETH related should rally based off of this. So is this a buy the news scenario on the layer 2 coins? That's if the gas gets meaningfully cheaper, or are we cursed for good on the Denken upgrade? We'll also go over Ethereum and what you can expect there. We'll go over the ETH related coins. So get your chart requests ready. Please start dropping those charts or at least the coins that you want charted in the chat right now. And then smash the like button. If we can get to 1,500 500 likes in the next 5 minutes, then I'll make sure to address all of those requests that you've put into the comment section below. And then also vote as well. Vote over there. What comes first for Bitcoin? What comes first? Is it going to be $50,000 Bitcoin or $85,000 Bitcoin? So while you smash the like button over there, vote. Let me know what comes first. Are you one of the people that are calling for a major reversal over here as we break all-time highs, or are you looking for continuation higher? Now, 85,000 sounds like a very, very far number. It sounds terribly far away, but I'm going to show you why this is a real possibility on today's show, and it may even happen, believe it or not, as soon as this week. So we'll go over that right now. I can see you guys chat over here. You want Baby Doge, ICP, KDA, Bonk, Render, smash that in there. James is busy tallying that up. And then we will get to that in just a moment. So here it is. Here's the RSI. You can see over there, officially, the shading has started to flip green. We know that every prior time that that's happened, it's in alignment with the high time frame MACD chart that I just showed you. And that's where all those parabolic phases start to take place, right? You can mark it off over here. This is kind of where we're at. This was the previous cycle when Bitcoin was trading at only $11. And then boom, absolutely parabolic. Off it went towards the upside. Let's compare in the next cycle over there. This is similar to when Bitcoin was trading at only $685, and then it proceeded to rally after that, up 2,148%, pretty much reaching the $19,000 top. And then we had the next one, which occurred right over here. This is similar to the last cycle where Bitcoin was trading at $10,000 and started to approach those all-time highs, which was a closing all-time high price actually on the monthly time frame of only $13,000. That was the closing price. And now we have exactly the same thing. So that means we could be in for a real parabolic move. So you better hold on to the rocket and pretty much hold those bags, right? Hold those bags. I don't think it's a time to fade the momentum. I'll show you the signs and symptoms of what you're looking for if it is a time to exit. If you look at Bitcoin as well, high time frame on the 2-month scale, this is using those Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, which just average out the price action. You can see that although it looks overheated, once price action gets here and starts to cross that yellow line, thus breaking the prior all-time highs, again, supporting evidence that it goes absolutely parabolic. Here's the same thing over here. And these are 2-month scales, right? So you can see you in for a number of months, potentially even a year of continued upside. The shortest one that we had was this one over here, which was 2 for 6 months of straight upside and eventually putting in that all-time high. So if we were to go for 6 more months, you'd be looking at sometime around September, October of this year. Timing wise, we're still looking for much, much later than that. And this is what these parabolic curves look like. If you look at this chart over here, this is pretty much where price action is right now. We have completed phase 3, right? So you got multiple different bases. We would be consolidating on the next high, which could be around that $85,000 level. If we start to pull back from there, we'll start to complete that base 4 of the parabolic curve. And that's where things go absolutely ballistic and full vertical in every single cryptocurrency out there. And you basically just want to be holding onto that rocket ship and then looking for the signs and symptoms of where that sell point comes in, which is going to be your major blow off top. Now, some analysts, again, I'm very, very cautious to predict actual price levels, but some analysts like 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗦 over here is calling for up to $210,000 Bitcoin before this reaches the sell point. Now, these parabolas usually break very aggressively towards the downside. So it's really important that you understand when we're in that phase, right? When we actually complete the phase 4 cycle and we start to move into phase 5, where things go at a 90-degree angle towards the upside and it's full on vertical, because in that phase, you want to have a profit-taking strategy, which if you want more information on that, go back to my last video, which I dropped on Friday. I did a very good video explaining on to you how you can implement that type of a strategy. Okay, looking over here at the monthly scale, everything looks long and strong. Look at that, Bitcoin massively towards the upside, and you can see that Ethereum has, for this entire cycle, as it does every other cycle, lag Bitcoin. So if you are yet to get any exposure into crypto, well, probably Ethereum would be the safer bet. I don't want to call it a safe bet at this point of the market cycle where things are rallying. Remember, we've been fully long on Bitcoin since all the way down here at $17,100, and we were long on Ethereum since about $1,500, which was over here. Notable to mention over here as well, you can see we haven't even yet got the perfect posturing of those moving averages. We have the 7 moving average, which is above the 50, and the 50 is above the 20. We really want to see this 20 cross back above the 50 on Bitcoin and on Ethereum as well, the same posturing over there. That's where you see those super strong trending moves. So that is Bitcoin looking very strong. Ethereum also looking very strong. All time frames that matter, it's onwards and upwards, and the trend is up. Now we're currently breaking out of an ascending triangle right now as you are live on the show. And should this be a confirmed breakout, how would you know it's confirmed? Well, you need a daily close above this top side of the range or the pivot level. So closes above 70,000 confirm the breakout, and the confirmed breakout will take price up to the top over here, which is going to be at $78,000. Where do I get this move? Well, consolidations into resistance are incredibly bullish, and you could see an ascending triangle which was currently forming. These are bullish chart patterns which break typically about 70% of the time towards the upside, and that's ultimately where I get that measured move from. So all in all, it's looking good. Where is your invalidation? Your invalidation is very clear right now for Bitcoin. Your invalidation is going to come over here on this wick that we printed yesterday, the low of that wick. If you start to break that down, which is anything below $66,000, and then you can say, well, maybe it is a trap scenario and things are going to go much lower. How much lower? Where's the major support? If there even is a pullback from here, your major support is at $57,000. So for the poll results over here, it looks like 18% of you still think we'll get to 50K first, and then 82% of you are looking for 85. Now, most of the time, you know, in markets, people think that you should do the opposite of the masses. And although that's true, it's only true at the extremes of the market cycles, at the extreme bottoms and at the extreme tops. In the middle, the truth of the matter is the crowds are correct and ultimately govern the overall trend. So I tend to lean with the 85K target coming first before that 50K target. So we'll go over some altcoins as well today, because for some of you, maybe those 18% that voted for 50, maybe it's a little bit of coping, maybe you're slightly left behind on those positions. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you find the next best trade to get in. If you guys want that trade, guys, smash the like button. We have more than 4,000 of you live, but we only right now as it stands have 700 likes. Remember, we need to get it to 1.5 and I will take your chart request. So smash that like button and let's continue. Looking at the long to short ratio over here, you can see that again the market is being caught off guard by this move, because currently the ratio over here is 228 to 60, which is not that significant, right? About a 1-to-3, 1-to-4 ratio over there. If you look over here at the 𝗕𝗓𝗄𝗧 chart, you can see only very recently, pretty much right now in the last hour or so, have long started to open up positions, open interest increasing towards the upside. You have the futures traders denoted by the white line also starting to trend up, and you've had spot which have relentlessly bid for weeks and weeks now with no stopping. So this has been trending up the whole time, and consequently we said last week that's where you see those short squeezes. So a little bit of a short squeeze taking place, new longs opening up, and we'll wait and watch for those longs to get basically overzealous, and then we can start to look to take a little bit of profits off of that situation. So break of structure on the 4-hour time frame, you can see it over there based on this candle. That's a new uptrend on the low time frame, continuation higher, and you pretty much will see exactly the same thing on Ethereum. It's lagging ever so slightly. Okay, as for the trades, let's take a quick look at the trades. The meme coins continue to rule, right? We have 𝗕𝗢𝗡 with this 𝗕𝗢𝗡 trade still up 10,400%. Remember, we took a big amount of profit off of this. We left some on the table just for the, just to participate without any form of FOMO. We have Aptos up 933%, Arweave 2,100%, and these altcoins haven't even yet gone parabolic like Bitcoin has, right? So you can just imagine what some of these these gains may look like. We got dim was one of the coins that were slightly behind last week. It was in the red, very quickly turned towards green right now. Casper, only one that's kind of burning me over here, about 25% down, but it usually is lagging. It trades kind of like opposite to Bitcoin, so we'll watch that, move it down slightly. The rest of them are really all towards the upside. Still, biggest P&L would be on WIF with 22,000%. Dollar-wise, our big trades, which we absolutely loaded up on, was ahead of the AI conference, which is coming up. We have rendered 3,433%, and that is a pretty substantial trade over there. That's 3,000. The near one is, I think we said, $18,000 up. So all in all, those are some of the trades. Okay. In order to get maximum exposure to the upside of the market, remember that the market moves through phases, right? I'll keep reiterating this because there's a lot of new people that keep coming onto the shows. The market moves through phases. First is Bitcoin. Bitcoin outperforms everything, which is what we've seen. Second is Ethereum. Ethereum starts to overlap and kind of bounce back and forth between overperforming and underperforming against Bitcoin. And then eventually Ethereum completely overperforms. Then next up, you move into the large cap altcoins, things like layer one coins, which are going to be the things like, 𝗕𝗢𝗓𝗓, and let's just quickly go to our list over here. Things like this. These will be the coins that outperform. Zeta, Sui, Say, Solana, 𝗕𝗢𝗡𝗧, Casper, Injective, DOT, BSV, BNB, BCH, Atom, Aptos, Lithium, Cardano, AVAX. Those will start to outperform Ethereum. And then we start to move into the more degen calls, the much, much lower cap coins. But then the final phase, which is the Pareto effect. 80% of all the returns that you'll ever make in crypto will be made in that final 20% of the cycle, in the final 20% before the market actually tops. So let's quickly go over there. Here, in this phase. In this phase over here, you're going to make 80% of all your money, and the most money will be made on the low caps, micro caps, and IDO funds, right? So in order to participate in the IDOs, we're fortunate, very, very fortunate to be partnered up with Commonwealth. Now, they are a sponsor, but it's of course for your benefit. Time is running out. I know that more than 1,000 of you on Friday have already signed up. The spots are running out as well. This is capped. They can only host a certain amount of people. Go to the link in the description below if you want to get into those VC funds, right? Remember, to be a VC, you have to have millions and millions and millions of dollars. And they're opening up part of their fund, not their entire fund, but they're giving you a slice of their pie for the Banter Fam community. So go through here, Commonwealth, click on that link, type in the code once you sign up, the promo code. I know a lot of you have already signed up, more than 1,000 of you. I'm going to tell you what your next step is. Have you already done that? If you haven't, go through over here, type in the code. I know it's a little bit crude, but the code is 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗙𝗢𝗢𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙 already done that. Now there's tasks that you need to complete. So go through to the reward section over there, participate, complete all the different onboarding tasks, verify, and then you will be participating in part of that fund where you can get up to $2 million worth of allocation into the IDOs, the new listed coins that only VCs get. Okay, let's look at the health of the overall altcoin market, see what's happening over here, and then we'll continue and we'll get into some of those altcoin requests. Again, guys, smash the like button. We're still lacking 500 likes, so smash the like button over there. Let's get to the target. Okay, very, very quickly, looking at the Renko chart, removing all the noise and just keeping it very, very simple. Pretty much Bitcoin is up, ETH is up, we have Solana, which is up, we have AVAX, which is up, we have Matic, which is up, we have Dogecoin, which is up. Dogecoin is our proxy for what's happening in the rest of the meme coin market. We'll look at some of those meme coins today. Is it cats? Is it dogs? Which is going to be the big players over the coming days and weeks? The ones that are slightly down is going to be Injective and Casper, right? Injective and Casper, still waiting for those to push up. Remember, Injective will trade very similar to Solana. So if Solana breaks out, Injective is the higher beta play that you want to look at. And we have been building on our BitGet account a big Injective trade. that reminds me, by the way, for both Bybit and BitGet, if you do sign up using the links in the description below, that will allow you the opportunity to participate in the Winner Bitcoin competition. All you have to do is guess the price of what Bitcoin will be by the 15th of May, which is coming up around, that's so soon. No, it's not yet. It's about a month and 3 days. You have a month and 3 days to guess. Put in your prediction. The closest guess will win one entire full Bitcoin, but you only qualify if you use the Bybit or BitGet link in the description below. Okay, continuing on over here. What could ruin the party? There's always something. There's always someone or something that could absolutely wreck the party, and it would, of course, be the Fed, right? We have the US core CPI inflation data for month-on-month and year-on-year coming out on Tuesday. Now, if this comes out higher than what's expected, then it'll show inflation is getting out of control. They might raise interest rates, and consequently prices of everything will come down. But if we look at the TLT over here, the 20-year Treasury bond ETF, we called the exact bottom over there. For now, it's not confirmed yet. How do we confirm that this is moving towards the upside and the trend is truly reversed? Well, we need to break above the yellow box. If we break above the yellow box at about 109.48, we'll have a trend reversal over here. Otherwise, yes, it is still a downtrend, but we came into a key level based on very high volume. Now, what this chart means over here for the TLT 20-year Treasury bond ETF is when this goes up, inflation is typically under control and coming down. If this is going down, inflation is out of control, which means the Fed will give us bad news and wreck the stock market, which will wreck the crypto market as well, temporarily, all short term. So we'll pay attention to this chart going into tomorrow. For now, it still looks okay. For now, it's showing still signs of reversal. It is high time frame. This is the monthly chart. Now, you have a lot of people who are very fearful of NVIDIA. NVIDIA is one of those charts that have gone parabolic like this. And this NVIDIA chart, well, NVIDIA is already in this phase, right? Between phase 4 and 5, moving into the final leg of that absolute blow off top. So it is something that you should be cautious of. If you look over here, they're looking at all the different sectors and how much NVIDIA holds up the different markets. Now, NVIDIA could theoretically crash the stock market if it does pull back, which we can see over here that it started to show signs of that, right? There you have it. A big red candle engulfing towards the downside, a little bit of profit taking. These are the levels you want to watch for NVIDIA. The first level of interest is coming in at 780. Now, this should bounce NVIDIA. This should be a support level. Okay, that should bounce NVIDIA. Probably leads into a bit of a consolidation and then continuation higher. Either way, NVIDIA needs to slow down. I'm also going to show you what Bitcoin looks like measured against NVIDIA as a ratio to show you which would be the better one to be in. Now, where does this start to really get sketchy? And we can say that, okay, a major pullback is happening on NVIDIA, and probably that's going to pull the stock market down. You need to see something like this. A loss of that 780, a small bounce from 670, which will lead into a lower high, and then obviously a rollover. We will manage to save you and protect you on the next bounce, which will be a lower high. So even if that happens, don't panic. Just don't be over leveraged in the market where you end up getting flushed out. We should see continuation higher. Now, the BTC against an NVIDIA chart suggests that you're better off being in Bitcoin. So even if NVIDIA is going down, Bitcoin should still continue up or go down less, because as per this chart over here, we're putting in a double bottom coming into a very, very significant area, which is a prior level of super, super strong support. This chart began all the way back in 2014. The longer the time frame, the more significant. This is a significant one that you want to watch. So all in all, that looks pretty good. Also, global money supply, very, very important. The global money supply affects the liquidity of the entire market. And as per this chart over here from Kush, he says global money supply, the technicals are now telling me that a massive global liquidity injection could be imminent. I hope the BTC bags are packed for this phase of the market cycle, because that is what it's currently looking like. So far, we've been tracking the money supply, and it has been increasing, especially in crypto. Every time that Tether mint new, or they mint new Tether, they buy crypto. Remember, we're coming towards the end of March now. That's usually where they allocate a big percentage of their profits. And then one of the most profitable companies in the world, they allocate those holdings back into Bitcoin, which adds extra buying pressure. And that's approaching the halving, as I showed you, the Bitcoin mining reward will divide in two. So stock market still looks pretty healthy over here. You have Coinbase on the bottom left, right next to my head over here, and that's coming into a key level at 281. So a little bit of front running profit taking place over here. If you can get above that level, it will probably continue on to 352. If not, expect a little bit of a pullback. It should lead into a higher low for Coinbase, and then it's onwards and upwards. Okay, we have a little bit of a recontraction over here taking place on the BBWP, which just shows that volatility is slowing down and starting to reset. It's a completely healthy thing. But in terms of if it does reset and expand upwards, we still have a little bit more upside. Okay, pretty much we trading at 82. So we got about another 20% before we hit those extremes, which means that the real money is made in the altcoin markets. Now, I know a lot of you have been trading on your Phantom wallets with Solana. You've been trading your meme coins. Some of you reached out to me over the course of the weekend saying that you've been drained of your wallet. Guys, please be careful. Your risk management goes above and beyond just managing leverage. Your risk management should be splitting your accounts amongst different crypto exchanges. So multiple centralized exchanges. You should have some capital on decentralized exchanges. You should be using a ledger. You should be using a NordVPN. NordVPN currently have an incognito new system which they've implemented, which ultimately will stop you from getting hacked from those malicious sites, right? So pay attention to that. It will stop them from mining your data as well. If you are participating in anything where they're selling your data, it will immediately block you from that. It's 9 cents a day. Use the link in the description below, and then let's continue. So one thing that I'm watching very, very carefully over here is the Bitcoin dominance. Now, in an ideal world, Bitcoin would spike up to $85,000. And if it did, it would outperform the rest of the market and would see one more push up. I'd love to see something like that into 58% for the Bitcoin dominance, and then a rejection. Remember, this is currently in a rising wedge pattern, which is typically a bearish formation pattern, which you expect to eventually break towards the downside. Now, this is what we want, right? If this breaks towards the downside and Bitcoin dominance trends down, altcoin dominance is going up, and that means we're making a whole lot more money. Why do we say this? Well, you have to ask yourself, if Bitcoin is currently trading at $70,000, how much more upside does it have? Maybe it goes to $140,000 in the cycle. That means you're going to make 2 times your money. Where are you going to make the real money? In altcoins. And everyone knows this, right? Everyone knows this. This is why ultimately these patterns will start to break down. You get confirmation of the breakdown if you lose this level at 52.22%. That's where we start to see things run. Okay, I see you guys saying HEMULE, Vitalik's cat, his wallet interacted with the contract. I didn't know that, but it sounds interesting. And we will bring up the chart over there for HEMULE. There's the HEMULE chart. It looks like it's moving up, so that's good. We'll bring that up in a moment. Let's continue on over here. So we're looking for Bitcoin dominance to break down in sometime, I would say, probably around worst case scenario. Let's go worst case scenario. By the end of July, Bitcoin dominance should be breaking down and altcoins should be going parabolic, which is exactly why you want to have those positions set in stone, right? This is why we're building up all these different leverage positions. And although, yes, we have 1 or 2, literally, we have 2 positions which are in the red, we still have, out of how many? We have 25 positions in the green, and not just a little bit in the green, thousands and thousands of percent in the green. Now, this doesn't happen overnight. We built these positions months ago. So thank you all for sticking with me. If you were with me from the beginning, smash the like button, guys. You should be doing exceptionally well. But we're still looking for much, much more upside, because you can see over here the reaccumulation phase on the ETH BTC chart has only just begun. This is another opportunity to trade out of some of your Bitcoin into Ethereum, or if you have no Ethereum, to scale up your Ethereum position, because we are back testing once again into the 0.05578 level, coming up with the Denken upgrade. If the Denken upgrade goes well, it's going to be phenomenal for the altcoin market, right? Things are going to start to go up. Total 3 suggests that is, or has been happening. We identified the reaccumulation phase over here, the sign of strength, the back test into the range high, and the expansion towards the upside. So it's all onwards and upwards. It's looking good. We have others, which is increasing towards the upside. Let's quickly go on to The rest of them, total 3, also with the Gaussian channel, trend continuation, total 2, trend continuation, trading at new yearly highs. The total market cap, which is our own version of liquidity coming in, trending towards new all-time highs. It's looking damn good. Very, very good over here. So onwards and upwards is the name of the game. Near one of the outliers of the day. It was up 18% this morning. Other alts are slowly starting to catch it. We can very, very quickly do a little run through of some of the ones that have enough price history. You can see Solana broke out over here on the 26th of February. That broke this key level, and you can see the stochastic RSI is only just trending up, so it's looking good. Near starting to reach, but coming up with the AI, they supposedly speaking at this conference happening in about a week or two's time. So I expect a little bit more hype, probably a sell the news event leading into that. Okay, Matic back tested off 77, running towards the upside over here. I think this can get higher at least until $1.50 before finding some resistance. And we're looking at Casper. Now, if Casper can start to turn green over here, this was your range high back test level, and that would be a beautiful level. If it loses that level, maybe 12 cents is possible. Otherwise, we expect continuation onwards and upwards, and these are the targets: 19, then 25 cents, and then after that we're looking at 36 cents. Injective, we mega long on Injective. I'm actually going to add even more after the show, because you have a massive picture perfect bull flag coming off low volatility with the stochastic RSIs resetting. And look at that beautiful prior candle from last week over here, showing that bulls are trying to take back control, and they will have full control based on a breakout above 40.79. This is going to be one of my biggest positions, by the way. Casper and Injective are going to be the two altcoins that I'm playing mega long this cycle. So stay tuned. If you're in whale room, I'll give you a proper update on that today. Let's go on to DOT. How's DOT looking? Onwards and upwards. We got it over here, $6.65, back testing into that level. It's going up. We have Cake breaking a very significant level last week. Look at that, the official break of resistance. You broke the pivot level towards the downside. You broke the horizontal resistance, closed above, and that suggests continuation. Probably Cake's going to move up to $9.75. We bought this already months ago, and we staked the Cake, so it should be looking good. Okay, BSV, onwards and upwards. BNB, I wouldn't trade this. Honestly, guys, move on. If you're long on this, great. It's already pushed up. How much upside are you going to get on such a high market cap coin? Okay, BCH, Atom, we long on Atom, so almost meeting the top side of our target at $16.75. If it can get above this level, Atom will and should expand eventually to $32. So that's looking good. Aptos, Lithium, not enough price history on these ones. Cardano, also, we went long down here into this back area at 45. Stop was below that expansive candle, and we ultimately moving up, right? There's the final target coming in at $1.18. So it's very quickly going to start to look like last week was a big shakeout for the rest of the market. We also long over here on Filecoin, right? Filecoin, pretty bullish on that. Going to allocate more spot towards this. We up 202% on this position since we took it. And ultimately, I wanted to show you over here on Atom. This is on, we took this trade on Prime XBT. If it starts to break and consolidate above this, let's give the benefit of the doubt and say $12. Break and hold above $12, and ultimately Filecoin is going to go absolutely vertical towards the upside. Very quickly, you'll double in price and reach that $20 mark. By the way, when it comes to Prime XBT, if you are looking to trade global markets, by the way, if you are interested for some reason and you want to trade not only crypto, not only Forex, but you want to trade all these other things, stocks, commodities, the stock market, it's all on here. It's a one-stop shop. They do have a sign-up bonus, I think. Where's that? I should have a link in the description below. Here it is. There is a sign-up bonus. You can claim up to $7,000 in sign-up bonus if you use that special link and code below. Just click that link. It should automatically fill it out for you. Or you can choose, if you prefer, you can get 25% discount on trading commissions. Okay, now let's get into some of the altcoins. Hexagon's got rugged. Let's just be real. Richard Hart now says that the version of Hex that everybody bought the last bull market and locked up in a staking contract for 15 years is no longer the real Hex. And it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Let's quickly go here. This is what Hex looks like. Okay. on the day, down 58%, absolutely murdered towards the downside. I'm sure they're going to clip this and I'm going to get probably a lot of hate. But honestly, guys, I'm being real with you. Look, I have Pulse Chain, I have PulseX, say what you want. This thing's never recovering, ever. It's over. Forget it. Please go see a therapist if you are struggling. This is never, ever, ever going to recover. Fully diluted valuation over here of 2.7. I mean, what is that even? $2.7 billion. Is that even? Yeah, it is. It's $2.7 billion. It's never coming back. You can make money in Pulse Chain. You can make money in PulseX. We go to the next thing, right? We go to the next thing. So where is it? Where is it? I had a beautiful tweet over here. There it is. This is it, right? So it's on to the next scam. Just look at it like this, right? The key to cryptocurrency investing is to be the guy on the right and sell for real world assets at appropriate times, right? Take your money out. I stay full time in crypto. I don't ever even exit into real world things. I'm between USDT or risk on. So it's one or the other. This is me. It's a scam. I love it. Beautiful. Let's make money. Don't be this guy over here and cry. Be able to have the foresight and ability to identify that most of these things are rugs. And if you want to make money, play the volatility. You stay humble. You stay focused. They get greedy. We sell to them and we move on to the next thing. It is what it is, right? This is the way the market works. Cool. Moving on. Eric.eth says over here, imagine this scenario. Everyone is overweight the dog coins or any form of other meme coin. Then you have the altcoin or shitcoin influencers convincing you cheap fees can't happen anywhere else. EIP4844 drops on Wednesday. That's the 𝗕𝗢𝗙𝗢𝗡. And now you're able to trade any of these coins that you want for 0.01 cents on Ethereum. What do? I mean, that will be a pipe dream. Ethereum will literally go straight to $20,000. But Imagine, just entertain the idea. Imagine that does happen. We'll get into some altcoin requests in a moment. James, do you have any? Start pulling those up for me if you're ready. Yeah, sure. Okay, while we wait for those guys, reminder, sign up to Bybit, sign up to BitGet, make a small deposit, claim your $30,000 in sign-up bonus, enter the Winner Bitcoin competition, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to Banter Plus. Then you also entered into the Banter Bags. That's where we give away millions and millions of dollars of IDO allocations. What are the IDO allocations? Again, if you want to increase your edge, you can do that with Commonwealth. Go through to the link in the description below, sign up to Commonwealth, participate with their platform, complete the challenges, and you will also be able to participate in that. Okay, James will bring some of that up in a moment. You can see Solana meme coin market is now $7 billion. People have been degening on their hard. That's 10% of the total Solana volume is coming from these meme coins, right? So huge moves over there. I've said it last week. Take profit. Be careful. Don't get wrecked over there. HEMULE, Vitalik's cat. The time has come. Why has the time come? Because we're coming into the 𝗕𝗢𝗙𝗢𝗢𝗡 max hype on Ethereum. That's exactly what we wanted. We start to see those pictures trending of Vitalik with that weird thing in his pants. And next thing, his cat pops up. HEMULE starts to pump as well. This is what we're looking at. It's holding the uptrend. $62.8 million market cap. Let's drop the time frame over here. Let's just quickly go on to, let's go on the 4-hour time frame. Have a look at this chart. There you go. It's a beautiful uptrend. This one's looking good. There it is. HEMULE the cat, onwards and upwards. 𝗪𝗪𝗧. Let's see, what is 𝗪𝗪𝗧 doing?
You always tell me you're always on the morning
Okay,
call.
I know,
You're
but
on the morning call.
we at all-time high. We're at all-time high.
You always tell me you're on the morning call, and then you're not actually on the morning call.
We at all-time high today. Come, you know you'd be here. You know you'd still be here.
He's on the morning call. He's actually not on the morning call. Okay, now.
Okay, look, he's unplugging, guys. He's unplugging. He's unplugging the stream.
Okay, fine.
He's okay. We'll see you on the next one, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Cheers. Bye-bye.